Okay, so for math today, we are just going to work in your book and we're going to review some data handling, and then we have some fractions, multiplication, rounding stuff after that. So these two boys, Carter and Pedro, had a marble roll, and they have made a line plot of their data and how long it took the marble to go through the obstacle course. So I think most of these you should be okay. I'll just remind you of a few things here. The range is going to be the maximum time minus the minimum time. The median is going to be the middle number, so you have to go back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and figure out what number is in the middle. And then what does that tell you about the data? Something about the middle number. The mode is going to be the number with the most. So whatever number has the highest number of x's on it is going to be your mode. And you'll say something, something, something happens the most is the mode. And then we have Elena. Oh, Elena's trip. Okay. So Elena traveled from Istanbul to Ankara, if I'm pronouncing that right, and then from Ankara to Marmaris, and then back to Istanbul. And just for geography, does anyone know where these cities are? If you said Turkey, the country, not the bird, then you would be right. So I had heard of the first two countries, or I've actually been to one of them, but I had never heard of Marmaris, but I found it there. So she basically went from Istanbul to Ankara, and then down to Marmaris, and then back up to Istanbul. And there are your distances, and you just need to add them up. So it's because it wants to know her total. So I think you can do that part on your own. And then Elena and her brother ate cookies. Elena ate 3/4, and her brother ate 2/3. Elena said they ate the same amount because they both have one cookie left. Is she correct? Well, I don't know. What do you think? Elena's basically saying that 3/4 is equal to 2/3. Do you agree? If you do, then explain why. If you don't, explain why she's wrong. And they might have started with a different amount of cookies, I'm thinking. So, next up we have one of these is not true. And I think I'm going to just let you deal with this. Essentially, you're looking at the fractions here, because all of the whole numbers are the same, right? 6 and 6, 4 and 4, 2 and 2, 1 and 1. So you need to look at the fractions or the decimals. Is 25/100ths the same as 1/4? Are those equal? Are those two equal? Are those equal? What about, or not equal? You have a less than and a greater than. You have to think about that. And then factor pairs are numbers that you multiply to get another number. So you can start simply for this one of 63. You know you're going to have 1 and 63, right? Easy. Another one of your basic facts, I'll even give you one. 7 and something else. You know multiply to get 63. And there's actually one more, because 3 would go into 63, but you need to figure out what pairs up with 3. 3 times what would equal 63. And then for this multiple wheel, you just need to fill it in, right? But let me give you some hints. I think it is easier to start with 30. So for example, 30 times 2, just double 30, and you're going to get 60. And then you know, if you double again, you'll get double 60, you'll get that. So 60 doubled would give you 120, right? And if you again double that to 8, that one's going to be done for you as well. And you can keep on doubling to 16. For 24, what I would do for 24 is take 20, whatever you get for 20, whatever you get for 4, and add them together. And 20, you already have 2, so you can figure that one out already. And then here's where you can use a trick. 15 is half of 30, right? So everything here is the same. So all of these are going to be basically half. So this one is going to be 30, right? And here, if this is 240, then this is going to be half of that. That would be 120. And there's going to be some patterns you see here as you work on that multiplication. Let's see. And then you're just rounding to finish to the nearest 10. So if I were to round it to the nearest 10, you look at the next number, and that would round up. And then to the nearest 100. If I rounded it to the nearest 100, I would look at the 6 and the next number, and that one I would round down. Then 1,000. Again, always looking at the next number, and the nearest 10,000. Look at the next number for all of those. And that is your work for bridges. And that's it. And thank you, and bye.